Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Hot Pot. It is cycle 650, and let's take a look at what's changed. Like I said, once I got my oxygen up, I was going to start taking on dupes like crazy, and I'm up to 13, so the population has risen quite a bit. Our food area has been entirely replaced. I'm entirely on barbecue right now, and that has maintained just fine since I've added these extra dupes since I had this new chamber up, so everything's looking great. This new area is looking pretty cool, except for this water tank sitting in these people's rooms, but you know, if I lived there I wouldn't like it, but they don't seem to mind. They get the same amount of bonus from that, so no big deal. But yeah, new area here, nothing too special. A couple of bathrooms, big areas for bedrooms. I'm probably not going to make this any bigger than this, only because I don't really need the morale, I suppose, and the base only has so much room to begin with, so I'm just going to stay compacted like this. So yeah, everything's looking just fine in this area. This area is getting very populated with Drecos, so everything is going very well on that front. And the plastic looks like it was not quite enough to do everything that I want to do with transit tubes, so I have captured this oil area over here. So I just have this set up with one oil well and with a quick oil refinery. And yes, I know that you could boil this and get petroleum in a more efficient manner, but this is just fine for me. Always has been. Setting up a boiler would take a really long time, and I don't necessarily need to do that in order to finish it off. I'd rather just have something like this, so that's looking just fine. As far as other things that are going on, you can see my transit tubes are in use, as dupes do jump in there every once in a while, especially for these new ones that are super slow. It's really helpful, even if it's just to travel this far. So yeah, the transit tubes, what I wanted to do is I wanted to have them kind of span all the way around my base, and it went about, you know, maybe 2/3 of the way. It didn't quite close the loop entirely. And I am going up into space right now, but I'm not going to start entering it very aggressively because I'm really suspicious of my power right now. And maybe I'm too suspicious, but I know that I will need more eventually, so obviously this is sustaining me pretty well. I do have a pretty good amount of natural gas built up, so my power looks okay, but it's only going to get worse as I start to add like more aqua tuners for liquefying hydrogen and oxygen, as I add doors for protecting myself from space debris. And I also know this game pretty definitively now that once I get into space, I'm not going to be trying to harvest solar power. And that's not because like making the panels is hard or anything like that, it's because my steel is so limited. And especially my iron ore is so limited. I don't want to be stuck with a huge space setup that I have to protect with a lot of bunker doors and wait for steel for my rocket and stuff. So I think I'm not going to use solar energy this game, which would normally be my really late game boon for energy. Instead, I think I'm just going to invest a little bit heavier in energy down here before I go any further. So what I am going to do is I'm going to start harvesting this. This is a lot of steam, and it's very, very hot. This is about as hot as it comes out as the vent over here. Let's check a look at the difference. Yeah, 932, so it's about that hot. So I'm going to need a lot of cooling, and my cooling is already pretty much running at full capacity right now that I'm producing steel. And right as I say that, it's not. I promise it was when this was first running, and the setup looks really cool when it's totally running, but, you know, this game just likes to troll me whenever I make videos. But yeah, I do need to get extra energy sources, and I think this is going to be one. And depending on how I feel about that, I may grab this volcano here, and that will at least make me feel more comfortable on energy for a little while. And really, I know that these are not going to be running all the time. The steam ones down at the bottom probably will be, but these ones, I need a buildup before I'm going to feel really comfortable. And the buildup of hydrogen and natural gas is okay. I just don't want to get stuck running out of power when I'm at those later stages of the game. So that's my idea with that. You know, there's not a whole lot that has changed. It's only been 50 cycles, and I know only is kind of a relative term, but especially compared to the huge gaps we had in videos before. This is about it. It's really just been kind of giving a facelift to this whole area, changing it out for a living quarters for my dupes. Setting up this oil area over here, which I did get temp shift plates on, by the way, just because the natural gas that's sitting in here is a little hot, and I'd rather just have it share its heat with the oil that comes out a little bit cooler. Yeah, so it's taken me a little while to get this far, and also the metal pore trait that I have on this map is starting to really bite me. It's hard to get all of this heavy watt wire up to the places that I need it to be. which I want to power all of my transit stations with this heavy watt wire, so I'm not spending forever getting lead or refining metal for that. So I have mined out a whole bunch of areas like here and here. There's a little pocket of copper here. There's another one down at the bottom here. So I've just been running around trying to grab pockets of copper here and there to get as much as I can, just so I have enough metal to finish the game. So yeah, a little bit of an uninteresting update here so far, but at least the transit tubes are up, and at least I do have my plastic being created right now with this polymer press, which again is going to create a lot of heat and require a lot of power as is. So that's part of the reason why I'm also a little bit nervous about energy right now. So yeah, the plan is really just to keep getting my energy up. So I think by the next video, I'm going to have some kind of setup here. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be something like this. I'm just going to make this up as I go. Probably one there, one here, here, and here. And not sure if I'll do any more than that. So I'll have to build this kind of into the rock, and then I'll have to probably open up from the side and quickly come in here and build or rather dig this out as much as I can and then get out and seal this up. So it's probably going to be setting up something like this with all ceramic tiles, and then I'll come in here and dig this out, something like, I don't know, like this. And then I'll have to like dig down a little bit further potentially, so I may dig out like here maybe, and then do a second run to dig out everything else just to give all these vents access to the steam. And I mean, I don't know, I could also potentially just open up a couple of spaces here, but again, this is why I don't really know what the plan's going to be for this, as I dig into the rock and then have to open up the cavern of giant steam here. I think if I just drop water down on these areas, this sand and stuff is all so hot it should just flash boil the water and kind of keep this area all full of steam. So I think I'll just roll with this for a little while and see how much energy this gets me. It'll just be kind of like a battery that'll eventually run out, but at least I'll get some energy in the meantime. And if it lasts for, you know, a good 150, 200 cycles, that may be long enough for us to complete the game anyway. So yeah, nothing too crazy, too special going on here. But yeah, pretty basic update. I think I will update you guys next time when I have all of my energy sources and I'm ready to enter space. So I'm not sure how long that's going to be. I will probably make a transit tube to go down here, by the way, just so that if I'm going to be working a lot in this area, I don't have to have my dupes walking back and forth and stuff. So I might as well just start with that now. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Definitely leave some comments down in the comment section if you have any suggestions for what's happening in this run, maybe for next time, or if you have any suggestions of what other content you'd like to see from this game. The next video should be up along with this one, so go ahead and check that out if you want to keep watching, and I'll see you there.